So hello everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar. And my name is Vinod, and I work as a solution consultant with Symtrax. So before starting, I would like to introduce my colleagues as well. So I have got Omlade and Janine with me, and Omlade is our technical consultant, and he'll be joining me for the live demo. And I have also got Janine with me, and Janine is our marketing lead, and she'll be acting as a moderator in the backend.
Hello, everyone.
So I think we can start with the webinar, right? So in this webinar, I will explain how your inbound documents can be automatically processed using AI, that is artificial intelligence and ML enabled or powered solutions. So for the demo, we will consider a customer order, and we will show you how a customer order is being automatically processed at the supplier side. So I will start with the agenda. So I will start with the overview where I will explain the importance of AI and ML enabled solution. After that, I will move on to the current issues, or basically the bottlenecks that are there in the existing manual inbound document process. Then we will move on to the solution where I will explain how Compleo Hybrid can automatically process the inbound documents. Then we will move on to solution demonstration using our solution offering, that is Compleo Hybrid. After which, I will highlight the key benefits of integrating Compleo Hybrid to your system. And finally, we will move on to the QA session. So during the course of the webinar, if at all you're having any questions or if you want any further clarification, feel free to post them through the chat window, and I will answer all the questions at the end of the webinar, right? So we'll start with the overview. So we live in a digital era, and the technology landscape is changing on a daily basis, right? So that's why it's very important for businesses or companies to, embrace new technology outbreaks to stay in the business. Else their, competitors might outsmart them. So OCR, or optical character recognition, it's a widely used technology to extract, data from the documents, right? And it has got its own drawbacks as well. It can be like misreading the characters. Then it has got complex computational steps. And also, it has inability to read data from documents in different formats, and also it's not able to, read handwritten text. It has also got a lot of language barriers as well. And these are the main reasons why businesses have opted for OCR powered by AI and ML capabilities. So I would say a combination of OCR, AI, and ML will be able to address all the drawbacks that I have mentioned earlier. So OCR powered by AI will be able to interpret handwriting, or it will be able to read handwritten text from the documents, and there will be better document comprehension as well. So just to give you an example, suppose if you are dealing with a PDF-based invoice and you are using a conventional OCR tool to read data from the PDF invoice. And suppose the tool wrongly identifies some of the critical fields in the invoice. It can be like, say, a total amount or the total quantity of the items. So what happens is that the wrongly identified information will be saved onto the ERP. And maybe down the line, after a couple of weeks, someone needs to manually note the anomaly, and they need to sort out the issue, which again takes a lot of time and effort. So what if you were using OCR powered by AI and ML capabilities? So the solution will be having a set of algorithms which will be analyzing the entire set of document, and also it will comprehend the table that is there in the invoice. So it will comprehend individual quantity of the items. It will add up the individual quantity of the items, and then it will compare it with the total quantity. Similarly, it will also comprehend the subtotals. It will add up the subtotals and compare it with the total amount, right? Just making sure that only the right information is being extracted and saved onto the ERP without any manual intervention. Also, the solution will be able to extract data from documents in multiple formats. Whether it's a Word document, PDF, or whatever be the format of the input document, the document can be processed. Also, it will be able to, or it will be having the capability to make decisions through data-driven analysis. So this is made possible through, training models. Yeah, that will consume a lot of sample data to train the system for the most accurate outcome. So in the following session, I will explain how the inbound documents can be automatically processed by our solution offering, that is Compleo Hybrid. Now I will explain a bit about the bottlenecks that are there in the existing manual process. So I'm not going into the details because, most of you are aware of the bottlenecks, and that is the main reason why you're attending this webinar, right? Suppose you're the supplier and you're dealing with customers, right? And each of your customer will be different, and their business process will be different. And you can't push your customers the way you want to receive the document, right? So most of the customers will be having some regulatory compliances, like they can send only documents in a PDF format in a particular layout, or they'll be able to send only machine readable file formats. And it's up to you to adapt your business process or your technology to receive the documents in a format preferred by your customer, right? This is one of the bottleneck faced by most of my customers. Now, coming to the lack of traceability, suppose one of your customers is sending you a document and one of your team member manually enters all the information to your ERP. The next day, suppose the same customer is sending an updated version because there was some error in the earlier version. So what happens is that another team member in your team, he will be manually extracting all the information, and he will manually enter all the details to the ERP, creating a duplicate entry. Maybe after 2 weeks, when you're about to process the document or about to release the payment, then only you will get to know, okay, there is some anomaly, and again, you need to track down the issue, and you need to spend a lot of time to tackle the issue, right? So all this happened because traceability was not there. So no one was able to track the status of the document, right? Suppose if you are dealing with a very large quantity of documents, right? And your team is manually extracting and entering all the informations to the ERP. Towards the end of the month or towards the starting of the month, obviously they'll be working under a lot of pressure because they are simply dealing with around 5,000 to 6,000 documents manually, right? So when humans work under pressure, they are, prone to make errors. And so obviously, if you are going for a manual process, obviously there will be a lot of manual errors as well. And also, manual processing consumes a lot of processing time. Suppose you're the supplier and you're waiting for an inbound document from the customer as an attachment and in an email. Your team member needs to monitor the email, and once it has been received, he needs to manually download the document. He needs to process the document and again manually upload all the details to the ERP. Obviously, it's gonna take around 10 to 20 minutes for a single document. So what if you're dealing with, say, 5,000 documents per month? So here I will highlight some of the channels through which businesses receive the inbound documents. So starting with the first channel. So here, the supplier side or the supplier portal will be integrated with the customer's ERP. So whenever a document is released at the customer side, it will be automatically identified and it will be available at the supplier's portal. So here you can see there will be an administrator who will be manually downloading the document and process the document, extract information, and manually enter all the information to the information system or the ERP. So I would say it's only 40 to 50% automated because there is an administrator doing all the manual tasks, right? Now coming to the second channel, so most of my customers falls under this particular category. So the customer will be, attaching the document in an email, and he will send it across to the supplier. And one of the user of the supplier side, he needs to monitor the email, download the attachment manually, and enter all the details to the ERP. Basically, he needs to manually enter all the details to the ERP. Now coming to the third channel, it's pretty outdated process, but believe me, some of the companies are still using it. Here, the customer will prepare the hard copy of the document, after which it will be sent to the supplier using a mail service. So the supplier, after receiving the mail, he needs to scan the document, convert it into a digital copy, and after which he needs to manually enter all the details to the ERP. Our solution can be used to automate this process also, but just starting from the scanning and converting it to a digital copy. In the ongoing session, I will explain how it's being done. So now I will explain a bit about our solution offering, that is Compleo Hybrid. So I will explain it using a schema. So here you can see that towards the left-hand side, there are both suppliers and customers. So what will be the inbound document, whether it's invoice sent by the supplier or the customer order or the purchase order sent by the customer, whether it's a sales order or sales order confirmation document, what will be it. Compleo Hybrid can process documents, inbound documents through different channels. So here you can see some channels. Like the first one is through an email. So Compleo Hybrid can monitor your mail server or your mailbox, and whenever you receive a document as an attachment in an email, Compleo Hybrid will, is able to automatically retrieve the document from the email. It will be automatically retrieving the attachment from the email, and it will make it part of a workflow. Now coming to the second channel, here you can see that there will be a shared folder which will be monitored or supervised by Compleo Hybrid. So whenever someone uploads a document, it will be immediately retrieved and it will be processed and made part of the workflow. Now the third channel, it's through SaaS portal. So here Compleo Hybrid can be directly integrated with the customers or the suppliers ERP. So whenever a document is being released at the suppliers or customer side, obviously it will be identified and it will be retrieved by Compleo Hybrid. So once the document has been received from these channels, immediately it will send the document as an input to Azure Form Recognizer. So Azure Form Recognizer, it's already trained to identify the document based on which it will extract all the necessary information. So once the information has been extracted, it will send it back to Compleo Hybrid. It will be in a structured JSON format. So Compleo Hybrid will then send all the extracted information to your IT system or your ERP, whether it will be saved for further business processing, right? So here you can see something like validation and signature. So once Compleo Hybrid has processed the document, it can make that document a part of a workflow. It can be like a validation signature where it can be assigned to someone to furnish their e-signature or digital signature, or it can be something like a different levels of approval cycles, or it can be something like extracting information from third-party sites and embedding it on the process document, or something like embedding a QR code or a barcode based on the business requirement. So this Compleo Hybrid automates the end-to-end process, right from receiving the document till saving and processing it in your ERP. Now I will move to the demonstration and I will explain a bit about the schema that we are going to demonstrate. So here we'll be considering a customer who will be attaching a customer order, a PDF customer order in an email, and it will be sent to the supplier. So Compleo Hybrid at the supplier side will be automatically identifying the document. It will automatically download the document and send it to Azure Form Recognizer. So Azure Form Recognizer is already trained to analyze the document, to identify the document, and to extract the useful information from the document, right? So once the data has been extracted, it will be sent to Compleo Hybrid. It will be in a structured JSON format. And Compleo Hybrid will then save or send the extracted information to SAP Business One. This is the ERP that we are considering for the demo purpose, right? And a draft invoice with the extracted details, draft invoice will be created in SAP B1. So if you check the schema, you can see something called a confidence score, which is basically the accuracy of the extracted data. So you can manually set the figure. It can be something like a 97 or 99% based on how much you have trained Azure Form Recognizer, or whether or not you're using a structured document. Right? Yeah. So if you have perfectly trained the Azure Form Recognizer, you can set it as 99% or even 98%. Now, we will consider a second scenario in which the customer will manually edit the PDF-based customer order, and the customer will introduce some handwritten text, and then the customer will attach the document in an email and send it to the supplier side. Now, in the demo, we will see how a manually edited PDF document with some handwritten text will be, processed by Azure Form Recognizer. So in the second scenario, Azure Form Recognizer won't be trained to identify data from the document. So most of the time during implementation, we will train Azure Form Recognizer to identify the document and extract data with very high confidence score. So here, this situation, the scenario 2 will happen once in a blue moon. So here we are trying to just create a scenario wherein we haven't trained the Azure Form Recognizer to identify or extract the useful information, right? So Azure Form Recognizer won't be able to recognize some of the handwritten text, and immediately the supplier user will be getting a notification mentioning that human intervention is required. And in the notification, a URL will be there through which the supplier user can access a web portal through which he will be able to compare the original document with the extracted field. So he can either accept the extracted field if it's correct, or he can just manually edit the field, the value, after comparing it with the original document. After which the data can be saved to SAP B1, where a draft invoice will be created. So now we will move on to the demonstration, but before that, I would like to say that I will be performing the role of the customer, and I will send the customer order to the supplier, and Omlade will be performing the role of the supplier, right? So now I will hand the control over to Omlade, and Omlade will give you a high-level explanation of the demo. Over to you, Omlade.
Thank you very much, Vinod. Hi, everyone. My name is Omlade. I am the technical consultant here in the UK office of Symtrax. So now I'm going to start the demonstration. I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm doing right here. So right here, I'm going to show you our ERP so we can easily see what's going on in the background. So over here, I'm going to log on to the ERP. So, okay. This is our ERP, the ERP we're going to use for this particular demonstration. And on here, we can see from the AR invoices that we've got 722 invoices right here. And the workflow that we've actually configured for this particular demonstration would trigger the AI to input or automatically populate this particular AR invoices with the details on the document that has been sent over or attached. So for our SaaS application, this is our SaaS application, is called Compleo Console. And the workflow would on here, we can actually see what document has been sent, what document needs to be reviewed, and so on. That's what this particular SaaS application would do for us. So now we go back to Vinod, who would send, as a customer, would attach the document to an email and send it over to me as a supplier. Over to you, Vinod.
So thanks a lot, Omlade. Now we'll start with the demonstration. So I will perform the role of the customer, and I will send the customer order to Omlade, who will be the supplier, who will be the supplier user, right? Here you can see two customer orders. So to start with, I will recreate the first scenario wherein I will be sending a PDF copy of the customer order, which is not manually edited to the supplier, right? So we'll just open the customer order. Here you can see all the details are there. You can see individual item name, description, item code, price, and you can also find the total amount here. So now what I will do is that from the customer side, I will send this particular document to the supplier, right? So I will open an email and I will just enter the supplier email ID. That's demo user. That's the email ID of Omlade. And I will just enter something like, okay, customer order 1. Now I will attach the file. So I do have the original customer order here. Now I will send it to the supplier from the customer side. Over to you, Omlade.
Thank you so much, Vinod. As you've seen, what Vinod has done, he attached the customer order onto an email and sent it over to me as the supplier. He is the customer, I am acting as the supplier. So here, the workflow would trigger an email, which I would receive an email to say Vinod has sent an attached customer order to an email to me, rather. And also, the email would actually let us know that the particular customer order has actually been automatically populated onto the ERP without human intervention. That means the head has been trained, has actually retrieved the information, the required information out of this particular document and populated onto the ERP. So if we go onto our ERP now, also, mind you, if we go onto our SaaS portal, we can actually see the document that has been sent over. This says automatically reviewed, which is implying that there's no need for human intervention. The AI has been trained to retrieve information, useful information, and then populate into the ERP. So if we go into the ERP and refresh, now the number has increased to 723. If we open that, this is the customer order that has been sent and has been automatically inputted right here in the invoices, supply invoices. If I go on to open the particular document, we can see right here on the document, we can see the name of the customer, we can see the customer number, and right down here we can see the list, item codes, and also the list of items, including the prices, quantities, and total prices. So we can actually take note of the values that has been imputed on here. Then we go back to the ERP. If we remember, this is the same customer number that we saw on the document. If we open this, so now we can see on the ERP that the details has actually been imputed onto the ERP. If I compare with the document right here, we can see that the item code, item numbers are the same. We can see the quantity as well, which is the same on here. So this actually needs no human intervention. The AI has been trained to actually retrieve this particular information and impute it on here. Likewise, if we scroll down to this, we can actually see the customer number. So now we go on to this to the second email. We go back to Vinod. Over to you, Vinod.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Omlade. Now we will try to work on the second scenario wherein we will manually or the customer will manually edit the customer order and the customer will introduce some handwritten text. So I have already introduced handwritten text in the document, the same document. Here you can see that, I have introduced some handwritten text like 110, 300, and 4,000. Now I will send it to the supplier or to Omilade, and we will see how this particular document, the manually edited document, will be processed at the supplier side. We'll close it, and now I will just open an email. I'll enter the email ID of the supplier. Customer order 2. Now I will attach the manually edited customer order to this email. Now I will, send it over to Omilade, and let's see how it's being processed at the supplier side. So over to you, Omilade.
Thank you very much, Vinod. Thank you very much, Vinod. So I'm going to share my screen now. So right here, we can actually see the second scenario. The document that Vinod has actually attached to the email and sent over, the customer order that he sent over. If we go on to open this, we can see this has been manually edited, which some figures have been actually changed on the documents. These are 4,300, 10, and 100, as you can see in there. We can take note of the customer number, the customer name, the item code. So these are valuable information that would be retrieved by the Azure Form Recognizer and being put onto the ERP. So we go on now. Okay, we got on the email telling us that we need there's a need for human intervention, which means there's some information that has been extracted from the document, but the AI is not trained to actually know if it's the right information or not. So we go on in and actually edit this particular document. And right here we can see this is the new document that was the customer order that was sent over. We go on to review. From the document I showed earlier, we can see that's the same. That's the part that was edited manually. And on here we can see some of the information are actually correct, but then this part, the AI is not actually certain what was written here. So we go on and input this manually. Then you click on OK, validate. So what's going to happen next is this has been reviewed. Automatically, it's going to trigger the AI to actually send and impute or populate the ERP with the particular information that we extracted or we edited or inputted onto this particular customer order and put everything onto the ERP. If we come here to the ERP, refresh, we can see this is now 724. Likewise, we can see that that's the same customer number. But we open this. Now, we can see that this is the same document and it has been automatically imputed onto the ERP. And what was edited on there was this particular quantity, 100, this as well, 10, and likewise the total, which is 4,000, and then 300 over here as well. So this has been done automatically with, this has been done manually. We edited some part that needs to be imputed into the ERP, and this has been automatically sent to the ERP without you having to put it there yourself. So, and likewise, if we come down here, the customer number is there. And the AI has been actually trained to extract this particular information that I'm actually pointing to, and that's why we have those informations right there. So over to you now, Vinod. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Amlade. So as I mentioned, we have used a customer order for the demonstration, and what will be the inbound document? It can be an invoice or a sales order, whatever be it. Yeah, our solution can be used to automate the end-to-end process. So if at all you're interested in our solution and you want a custom demonstration with your document, yeah, obviously you can contact us. Now, before that, I will move on to the next slide, where I will speak a bit about the benefits of automation. As you can see that the end-to-end process has been automated, and there is no manual intervention, right? So hence there won't be any manual errors. And what used to take around 15 to 20 minutes to process a single document, yeah, it can be done within seconds, right? So you're gonna save a lot of time. And also, when you automate the end-to-end process, you're not using any printer to print the copy of the document, or you're not using any scanners. And also, there's no need to maintain your team, right, for manually entering all the information to your ERP. Hence, you can save a lot on the operating cost. Now, suppose you are processing the inbound invoices. So all the invoices will be automatically processed within seconds and well within the deadline, right? So you'll be able to release the payments within a particular date. And if at all you want to meet any early, or you want to get any early payment discount, yeah, you'll be able to meet that deadline as well. Obviously, the automated process provides an improved efficiency, and your manual resources can focus on more value-added tasks as well. So all the inbound documents will be processed, and no documents will be missed if you automate the process. And hence, you can process the documents on time, and also you can release the payments on time. So through end-to-end automation, you can optimize the customer-supplier relationship as well. Now I will explain a bit about our company, that is Symtrax. So till date, we have dealt with around 3,500 plus customers across different industry verticals and horizontals. So our engineers, they are well aware of different business processes happening in different sectors. And globally, we do have 8 offices with around 80 plus employees working across all the offices. And recently, we have opened an office at Singapore. So this means that we will be able to provide 24-hour support to all of our customers. And on an average, we have a 12 years of customer loyalty, and we do get continuous business from our customers. And we do have 3 technology partners as well. So we have partnership with IBM, and we do have silver partnership with SAP, and we are a gold certified Microsoft partner as well. So towards the right-hand side, you can see a pictorial representation of our service offerings. It consists of, enterprise e-invoicing, then e-signature or digital signature solutions, then EDI ready solution, and also digital data and document transformation solutions. Now, I will move ahead to the QA session. So Janine has already provided me with some questions. So I will start with the first one. So is the solution applicable only to supply chain, or any process can be automated? So like I have already mentioned, what will be the inbound document? It can be an invoice or a customer order, or just let us take another sector. If you're running a HR company and you're the HR manager and you're receiving a lot of resumes from different candidates, and you want to classify a set of documents or a set of resumes with a particular job title, or you want to extract the contact information of candidates from those resumes having a particular job title, yeah, obviously the solution can be used to either classify the document or to extract the contact details from the resume. So irrespective of the industry, irrespective of the sectors, yeah, the solution can be used to process any inbound documents. So I will move on to the next question, that is, what all file formats are supported? So I can divide it into two. So to start with, I would say for Azure Form Recognizer, the supported files are PDF, TIFF, JPEG, PNG, and BMP. But suppose you are dealing with an incoming document which is in a Word format. So our solution Compleo Hybrid will be automatically able to convert it into a supported format so that it can be fed as an input to Azure Form Recognizer. So whatever be the format of the inbound document, yeah, Compleo Hybrid can convert it into the required format so that it can be easily fed as an input to Azure Form Recognizer. And the next question is that, yeah, can the solution extract text in different languages, or is it only limited to English? So this is something that I missed when I was highlighting the features of the solution. So as per the latest information, I would say for handwritten text, yeah, Azure Form Recognizer supports 9 languages. And for printed text, it supports around 300 plus languages till date. So they are they're adding more languages to the list. Yeah, this is the language count as of now. And now the next question is that, yeah, I'm dealing with documents in different formats and layouts from customers. How can the accuracy be ensured? So this has more to do with training the system. So you can, since you're dealing with a lot of customers, you can use a lot of sample data to train the system to identify the document and extract the right information from them. And I would propose to include a lot of variety. A variety of documents, like you can use the original PDF version if you're dealing with one to train the system. And also you can use the scanned version of that particular PDF document again to train the system. So if you can train the system using different modules, you can make sure that the confidence score is high and the right value is being extracted, right? So I have got a couple more questions as well, but we have already crossed the time deadline. We have already crossed around half an hour. So yeah, if you're having any more questions, yeah, you can just contact me through the phone number given here, and also you can send me an email with the details. And also we can connect through LinkedIn. I have given a QR code here, so that we can connect through LinkedIn. And I will address all the remaining questions, and I will get back to you through an email. So thanks once again for joining the session, and thanks a lot to my colleagues, Omalade and Janine, for supporting me here. Thank you, and have a nice day.